Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a trying out new products get ready with me. I have some new bits that I showed you in my last haul and I want to test them out, and I thought I'd do that on camera. Why not? Two birds, one stone, and you guys will see them in action. We are talking about the new Makeup Geek. It's called Skin Brilliance Facial Elixir. We're talking about Auric Glow Lust, the sample that my friend Mariam gave me, and a few new lip products that I got, even though I'm actually half tempted to open up my Pat McGrath little kit that I got today in the mail. I bought it thinking that the lipstick was full size, so now I'm actually pissed, because what am I gonna do with a mini size lipstick? I'm gonna forget about it and lose it, and I'm sad, a bit upset. And we are going to try out for the first time the Camo palette by Glamshop that I bought recently. So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start by doing my brows with soap brows. This is nothing new, to be honest. I just wet it with Fix Plus and go in with its little spoolie to set my brows in place. I actually need to go and do my brow lamination, but I never find the time / the will, like a combination of time and will. Right now I don't have will, but I would have time, and I'd rather film something rather than, I don't know. Anyways, soap brows does the same thing, but I have to do it every single time I do my makeup, so not as efficient. I will stick them down with my fingers a little bit more, and then they will be fluffed up again once I put on my makeup. Now, next up is the Skin Brilliance Facial Elixir by Makeup Geek. This was sent to me together with their angled brush. These are brushes that have been completely redone in their collection. Their old brushes were different. I think I still have, let me find it. Yeah, I have their eye brushes that I bought a long time ago, and this was the Feral and this is the new one. So these were kind of redone together with the reformulation and everything, a relaunch of the brand. This one right here is a primer / you can use it by itself. It comes in a dropper. It's a very, very liquidy formula, and it's pink. The way Marlena showed how to use it is dropping it on the face. I hate that. I hate the dropping on the face thing. So the first time I tried it yesterday, I did it on my hands, and I will do so again because I do not like dropping things on my face. I don't know, it looks so gimmicky. So I just put quite a few drops on my hand and then spread it around. It feels like water, and you can see that it's not really pink, but it has a little bit of a sheen, of a pink sheen. And I will actually let it sink so that my skin, my redness goes away after touching my face. This has no coverage and it just gives you a sheen. What I'm really surprised is that it's extremely liquidy. It's extremely watery. I think you can maybe see on my hands that there's a little bit of shine, a little bit of a pink glisten to the skin after applying it, and it's for now a little bit tacky, and I'll leave it until I do my eyes. I'm gonna start with applying my usual Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm curious about this this face product because there's a lot of these illuminizing products going around now, and yeah, it's a bit everybody and their mother is coming out with these, but this is completely different from the Auric, for example. And I've heard the girls from Beauty News saying it's Farsali dupe and way too late to the game because we're all over the dropping it on your face thing. But yeah, I don't know. I never tried Farsali. I never cared for it because of the dropping on the face. So this is a palette. It's very warm and nice outside. I wasn't gonna go super deep, but I kind of feel compelled to use this marble eyeshadow right here. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Starting with the lightest of the mattes. There is a little bit of kick up, but that is quite normal for their eyeshadows. I always tap it down because they're quite soft. and I'm gonna apply that in my crease, both eyes. The formula of the mattes in the Glamshop palettes I found was better than the one in the singles. However, that does not count for example, the colorful single mattes, because those were really, really pretty when I tried them. I tried it in my last To Get Ready With Me. I tried the purple one, and recently on Instagram stories I tried the blue teal one, and they work really well. What I didn't have a lot of success with was the neutrals and the greens in the singles that I have. But yeah, that is just my personal experience. I'm gonna deepen up a little bit more. Oh, I can choose actually. This one is a little bit more muted and more like military green, and this one is more green, so I'm gonna go with this one, which is called Caliber. And a smaller brush. This is a Morphe M506. And I think it's a bit, yeah, more springy, a little bit more green, and there's less gray in it and less brown in it. So far, so good, as expected, to be honest. I'm gonna apply the Glam Glue to the eyelids to put on the marble eyeshadow, and I've been really, really liking this this glitter glue, to be honest. It's very easy to use, and it seems to be working well for application of these very shimmery shadows. Also their turbo glows, or for example the glitter multichromes from, what is it called, from Cliona. And I'm gonna take this shade that is called Moro, which is the namesake of the palette, and I'm gonna show you first with the brush. This is my favorite brush for these, but it doesn't really pick up much. So then I expect it will go in with the finger. Oh, it did pick up stuff. And the color is completely different than what I expected from the pan, to be honest. It's much lighter and brighter, but you can see, I think, that it's a thick, yeah, their usual marble formula. It's quite thick, and it ends up looking a little bit creepy on my eye. I don't like that so much. And you really need to apply a small amount and stretch it as much as you can, but then again it's difficult to take out of the pan a small amount. So the shine, however, is pretty epic. Let me see if there's still some smoothing to be done by hand. But I don't think so. Not much came off there, and I think the effect is pretty epic. Beautiful, beautiful. Now with a little Morphe E36, I'm going into the darkest matte that is called Sluice Bowie, no idea, to intensify the outer corner a little bit more. And you can see these are all a little bit like more gray, like you don't get a very deep pigment with these shadows. And this was a little bit what I was worried, but I also heard from people that this is not a very vibrant matte eyeshadow palette, or like the mattes in this eyeshadow palette are not very vibrant, if I could speak. And I have a ton of fallout here, you can see, from the darker shade, probably because I should have tapped off even more. But I mean, I tapped off plenty. Then with a smaller brush, I'm taking Zero, I can't pronounce it, this shade right here, which looks like a duochrome. It has a bit of a purple flip to some of it. And let's see if I can get it onto my outer corner here. A little bit. The texture is much different than the marble eyeshadows. I don't know, does it feel more like a turbo maybe? But it has quite a pigmented base. Let me touch it with my hands. This is the swatch. It's definitely a duochrome. This gives me a little bit of dimension on the lid as well. And I'm going in with the pencil Dagger from Neve Cosmetics to just line my eye and give a little bit more depth still. I am too lazy to clean up more than this, but my skin is now still tacky from the facial elixir from Makeup Geek, but it feels like it would be good for a, yeah, as a primer. So I am going to apply my Dior Backstage foundation after shaking it a little and just applying it on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna take their buffer brush, I think it's called. Does it have a name? Makeup Geek, no name on the brush, but I think it's their angled buffing brush, something like that, to apply on top. Now, the elixir, I don't know, we're gonna have to see how the foundation lasts after a day, but so far I do see quite, like, especially on my chin actually, I do see a little bit of a pink reflect and a little bit of luminosity that it gives to the skin. And you can glimpse it also through my foundation. So it's it seems to be giving quite a nice glow. It feels tacky but not oily, which for my oily skin is actually quite nice. And the brush is doing a great job of applying the foundation. I was afraid that I would have to get more, but I'm still going off of what is on my hand. Concealer is gonna be my usual NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer that I'm trying to finish in my project pan. I'm just gonna apply it there, and with my beloved Nabla concealer brush, which has a number. Wait, I'll blend this out and then tell you the number. This is the N206. Not new, but definitely something I love. Here we go, a little bit of coverage on the eyes and just putting everything else that is left on the brush everywhere else. And I do not have a new powder because I'm trying not to buy a powder, so I'm gonna set with the Hourglass, what is this? The Unlocked palette, and I'm just gonna set the center of my face and my under eyes. This is a Glamshop brush, this is a T110, and now that I am done, I think it looks okay. I don't see a lot of extra pinkness coming through my foundation compared to my usual skin tone, so from that point of view, the primer doesn't really, like, you can see how pink it is in the bottle, but you really only see a little bit of the pink shine when you apply it, but now I don't see anything really, and I don't see particular extra luminosity, maybe a little bit for this foundation. It usually dries down quite matte, but it seems to be quite naturally a bit more radiant than usual. For bronzer, I'm gonna use still the Kosas bronzer in light. I am expecting a new package with a new bronzer, but for now we're gonna use this one. And yeah, I have to say it's nice, but I'm not like blown away as in, oh, this is my favorite bronzer. Somehow it's a bit underwhelming, I don't know. What I'm gonna apply now is the Auric Glow Lust. Just discard the cap, but I have a little pump of Selenite from my friend Mariam, and I'm going to go in and just literally get the tiniest bit on my finger and tap it like this, and you don't need a lot. I'm just gonna tap it on my cheekbone. So this is a beautiful product. It's quite creamy and it is like a beige with a more white champagne cooler tone shimmer, or not shimmer, like pearl to it. And you can see how it is quite cool toned on my skin, quite light on my skin, I have to say. Like, to me, this is a touch too light. So I would be buying, if I would buy it, a shade up. So a little bit darker, the one for olive skin tones, I don't know. A little bit darker, because I like my highlighters to be more golden and less white. So this is the effect of the Glow Lust on my skin. You guys, I'm sweating. It's like 30 degrees outside and it's warm. Then also a sample from Mariam. This is a little bit of her Daniel Sandler blush. And the problem is that in here I cannot really mix it. So it's a bit complicated. But what I do, I have to go into with my finger because it's too small. I will then put it on my hand, whatever I can transfer on it. And then grab my blush brush and pick it up and apply it. Might take a few times, but I do know I love the formula of these, and this is just another color. I have the color Spiced, I think, and this is a bit more of a corally shade, which is really pretty, actually. This one comes from a set. Let me see if I can go in with my brush, but I don't think so. This one comes from a set of 4, and it's the only more warm toned, because the other blush is very pink, I find. I know Mariam also likes this one the best. Just loading more blush, because in my life you cannot have enough blush. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. What was I saying? You cannot have enough blush. There. I'm gonna finish the eyes with a little bit of pencil on the outer edge, as per usual, and some of that green that I used as well. And for my inner corner, I'm gonna use this yellowish shade right here, which is called Voiskovi, which just seems like a regular shimmer. Oh, very pretty. It has a bit of a green duochrome, actually, that I didn't expect from the pan, which is very pretty. Because otherwise it would have been just a warm gold, whereas this ties in quite nicely with the greens. Oh, I like it. And I also really like the shine of this marble eyeshadow. My problem with marble eyeshadows is that usually they crease on me. I'm gonna do my brows with the Glamshop brow pencil again, because I've been really liking this for a quick brow, so that I don't have to take out my brow pomade and my brush. I just fill it in with, I'll fill the brows in with this pencil. It's quite nice. It's a bit of a cooler toned shade than I'm used to, but I think it still suits me and my hair color quite well. The only thing is that I never have the patience to make it precise with a pencil, because I'm like, la la la, I'll do it quickly, and then it indeed comes out to be a bit of a rush job. But that's why I grabbed for a pencil to start with, so my bad. And going into my Sky High mascara. I mean, I don't test the new mascaras until the one I'm using is finished, because otherwise I have so many mascaras open. And this one I've been really liking. I'm curious to see how time passes. I think, I don't know, do I have it open already a month? Maybe. So, I just got my order from Pat McGrath. This was part of their sale, and this is the Ultra Lip pencil in Living Legend. I think that's the shade. The gloss in Bronze Astral. this one right here, and the mini lipstick, which I thought was a normal sized lipstick. It's so tiny, in the shade Flesh Fi, which was the reason why I thought it was a good deal, because this set was, I think, $16, and I thought I was gonna get the full size for $16 plus these two. Maybe I was a little bit too optimistic, but I'm gonna swatch these on my hand. Oh, very creamy lip liner, very nice, feels very nice. The lipstick also looks gorgeous, and the gloss, which I guess is a gloss for everywhere and not only lips. And I guess it's a, oh no, it's a lip gloss. It says vinyl lip gloss. I thought it was a gloss for anything, like also on your eyes. Oh, sticky. To be tried on your, on the lips for sure. But how about that one compared to one of these? Which one has the more? Oh no, they're different. Definitely, these look much more pigmented than this other one. And then I also bought recently with a sale on Douglas, I bought MAC Breakthrough, which is the powder kiss version of Bricolat. And it looked similar, and I was like, oh my god, did I buy the same color? No, it's just a lighter version of that color. And then I also bought the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Topaz. So now the question is, it's a big applicator. Now the question is which combo to use, but I kind of want to use Pat McGrath because newness, and kind of surprised and disappointed at the same time. The lip liner is really nice to use and not too jelly that it's too that it slips too much. I'm not gonna do much more than this because I'm gonna apply a lipstick that is kind of the same color. I love this color, and I love all of her Flesh series. I have Flesh 3, yeah. This is the proper size lipstick versus the mini. I have Flesh 3, and I think this is darker though. Yeah, definitely darker. More of a fall color, I guess, for me. And here is the finished look. I realized it took me a while, but it was like, oh yeah, I'm done. I'm wearing a pink dress, I'm sorry, but it's really warm, so I'm like in summer clothes. What do we think? I have to say, I am surprised by the color of this marble eyeshadow. I mean, I don't know. I didn't expect it to look like this, and somehow, I don't know. I didn't expect it to look like this. It's beautiful, super luminous, and I'm curious to see if it will crease on me. Other marbles have, but I was a little bit more careful to put a thinner layer. I love the inner corner, and so this palette so far has done well. I'm curious to try this more brownie one, and in combination maybe with this one, because this doesn't look as shiny. You see, it's more of a satin, but it has a yeah, quite a duochrome to it, a little bit more purpley brown. I don't know how to describe it. And then this one right here, I'm just gonna literally press on it because I'm afraid of getting a lot of product on my finger. And if I try to blend it out, it looks like a warm bronzy shade. So curious to try those at a different point in time, but so far I'm happy with the palette. The mattes blended well, not too deep, not too much depth and too much pigment to them, but a nice easily blendable formula. So for that I'm happy. The yeah, Auric, what is it called? The Auric Glow Lust is beautiful. The primer, I will leave in the description box how it wore towards the end of the day. Again, it's 30 degrees today, so it's a very brutal day to be testing makeup. But I was afraid it was gonna be too cool toned, and it isn't. I don't see any pink shining through my foundation, but I do think the foundation has a slightly more dewy finish to it. Again, especially on my chin, because I'm not used to seeing shine on my chin. Yeah, so that is great. I love the blush. I'll put the name of it down in the description box again, because I don't have that set that Mariam has, so I don't know the name by heart. And yeah, everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.